Hey, what's happening? It's your man Rocker, the writer. Um, Alright, Kwame Nalaheen. I hadn't made a video in a couple of weeks, but something just came to mind I wanted to touch on. I'm pretty much, I like to call it, a visionary. I just get these ideas that come to me. I don't necessarily have the resources to see them through, at the moment all the time, but, I get the vision and I like to put it out there because somebody may be able to take it and make it, happen a lot faster than I personally could, especially if it's done as a community. But anyway, I had this idea that came to me this morning about a Pan African form of currency, within the community, like a dollar, so to say. But I would call them like Pabns, Pabn, Pan African Barter Notes. It basically takes the place of standard bartering, and it can only be used within the community system. Of course, it's not a legal U.S. tender or any other government's tender, so we couldn't take it and go to any average store and say, I want to use this Pabn, to buy this bag of chips. But let's say if we had someone in the community who owned a store and they would accept, U.S. currency as well as Pabns, then we can buy certain products with the Pabn, and they can take the Pabn. And if they had certain products, say if they own a community store and they wanted to sell vegetables, then they can go to the brother or sister who has the gardens and use those Pabns to buy vegetables from them to stock in their stores, and so on and so forth. Same thing if they want to sell DVDs and music or what have you. The people that produce the music and the DVDs, they can take some of the Pabns that they got, or that they earned at their stores, and buy, the music and the DVDs from the artists or the filmmakers or whatever, and stock those into their stores by using the Pabns. And we haven't spent any money as far as U.S. dollars, but like I said, we spent community dollars. Pan African Barter Notes. Like I said, it kind of takes the place of bartering. Not necessarily takes the place of it. It just enhances it by the fact that you may have a product and I have a product, but bartering is we just swap products. But I may not necessarily need the product that you produce right now. You know what I mean? So instead of having to go through this, I swap with you, you swap with that person type situation, is we just have a Pabn, and if I have a product that you want, or a service, a product or service that you want, but you don't necessarily have one that I want at the time, I'll just take your Pabns, and we can still barter if we have something that each other needs or wants at the moment, or we can you give me some Pabns for my product or service, and then I can take that Pabn and spend it with somebody else in the community. Of course, it will need some structure so that people wouldn't just be faking rich by mass producing their own Pabns at home because of all the Photoshop and all the stuff that's going on these days. So we'll definitely need some structure and restrictions. We would also need possibly a financial institution, say a black-owned credit union or black-owned bank, within the community that sees the need, and the benefits of using these Pabns, and actually, spending in the community themselves. That way, they can even hire people from the community and pay them in Pabn. It's basically, like I said, that way we can swap out, because eventually we'll need American dollars to pay bills. You know what I mean? I'm just suggesting that we use these Pabns as a way of building an economic system within our community. It kind of forces us to keep the dollar in our neighborhood, so to say, because we're not actually able to spend it anywhere else. And then we'll get into the habit of that, of finding different people within the community, even if it is, somewhere else in the country, or, on the other side of your city or whatever. So you start building that network of people, because you have to find these people, because you can't spend that particular note anywhere else but within the community structure. So anyway, like I said, it just came to me, if you guys have ideas, your brothers and sisters can grab it and start building on it and structure it, and maybe, like I said, find a Pan African financial institution, just to back it, so to say, and things like that. We can sit down and have meetings. We can do the meetings on the social media that they like Google Hangout or what have you, things like that. And I don't know, like I said, let's just put our collective heads together, put that African genius into play. These things that we've done thousands of years ago, so it's nothing new. It's just that we don't necessarily practice it in today's Pan African community because we're still getting certain aspects of our heritage back into practical application as opposed to just talking about it. I think this is something that can be very practical. Like I said, I think somebody with the financial background in accounting, banking, things like that should have more of an input on it than me. It's just an idea that came to me, and I figure somebody can grab it and run with it, and we can build on it. And that's something else. Economic empowerment is a strength of nation building, and if we don't have that, we can do all the deep talking and philosophical, communication. We can do all that we want. We can be as deep as we want to be. You know what I mean? We can be as RBG'd up as we want to be. But we all know that it takes some kind of economic stability in the economic system to really get a nation flowing and sustained. So anyway, that's just something that came to mind. Let's build on it. Like I said, if y'all want to hit me up with anything that I can do to bring it, bring some energy to it. It's not my strong point. I'm not an economic genius. I'm not a financial brother at all. I like to make money, but I'm not I'm not educated in that aspect of of finances, and so to say. So anyway, that just came to mind. Let's build on it, and keep building until infinity. Peace.